Got our first Avatar Modern Challenge today. We're playing on the Spike account. We're playing. Listen, it's very similar to the Soul Trader build that we trophied with yesterday. We have two Phoenix Fleet Airship trophies. The card has been really impressive. It just kind of solos any fair matchup, it seems. If you can get it down when if you're not too behind on board, it just takes over the game. It's just like impossible to deal with unless you're playing some kind of sweeper. You just get so crazy ahead on board, and in addition to having this inevitability, it also like puts a lot of pressure on your opponent immediately. Where decks like this are just really good at like attacking for 8 with it next turn, and then 16 the following turn, uh, which is which is lethal. And so it's like the card. Not only is this card going to kill you in 2 turns after it comes down, it's also going to take over the late game. So been very impressive, and I've really liked it a lot in the Soul Trader shell. Excuse me, shell. You have a lot of like nice overlap with like the stuff to sacrifice to power out the airship to a Phyrexian Tower. You have a lot of little creatures to crew the airships, and you also just have a like turn 3 infinite combo that lets you be much better against some of the linear strategies. Just being able to Soul Trader combo like Eldrazi and Titan and Storm and stuff like that is a really big deal because the Beseech build that we also trophied with just very slow. I was kind of working on messing with updating updating the Beseech build. Um, and I was very close. I was kind of torn between the two. And honestly, like the big thing that led me to play this version over the Beseech build is that there's just a lot of Teferis right now, and like playing Beseech is really awkward in a metagame where Teferi is really popular. So if that changes, maybe you can play the Beseech build more than this. We also have like mono black mid range to try, I think, and we also have so I've been thinking more about the mono black mid range deck, and like this maybe sounds kind of obvious in hindsight, but I've been worried about playing K command, and I've been worried alongside Airship, where it's hard to play mini fetch lands. It's hard to play mini fetch lands if you're playing Temple and you're having enough color sources for K command. But I'm thinking that Field of Ruin, the combination of Field, I think if you have Field of Ruin, Urza Saga, Prismatic Vista, and also like your spawn tokens, that's pretty close to enough. So we're gonna play that. We're also gonna play Black White at some point with Ocelot Pride. We just haven't got around to it yet. So, but this is locked in for the challenge today. That's starting in 46 minutes. My opening hand, I'm gonna keep. Opponent's on a mold to 6. Over here, my opponent is discarding a card, a Thundering Falls. Maybe so they can kill the Nissa. My opponent Inquisitions me, so we can show the hand we kept. I think it was okay. They revealed an Umori as the companion, I just noticed. Round 1 Umori. 32 player challenge is built different, I guess. Airship probably pretty good against Umori. My opponent kills the Nissa with the Frog and the Oculus. They draw another card. They Inquisition me again. I drew this Witch's Cottage, so there's no new info. While my opponent is Inquisitioning me, let's go ahead and try to win this game. I'm always going to minus the Karn. I have 6 mana, 6, 8, 9. So 1 short of Mindslaver. I think I could just get Cityscape Leveler and not use my brain, which is going to be important because I now need my brain for other things. Could have played the Cobra first. Okay, so back over here in the challenge. Or I thought we were just going to end it there. They took the Bowmaster off the Inquisition. I'm going to go ahead and main phase Cling to see if I draw a 1-drop. I did draw a 1-drop. It's a Thoughtseize. So we can see what the Umori gamer is up to. They have a Bloodchief's Thirst, which is pretty bad against my hand of 2 Soul Traders. They have a Profane Tutor, which I'm not sure what they're getting. Maybe a Cabal Coffers. And this, we've got top 3 cards, put 1 in the hand and rest into the graveyard. I think that's going to be probably a little worse for me than the Profane Tutor at this point in the game, so I'm going to go ahead and just take that. Amori doesn't say he needs. Yeah, oh yeah. Amori players always play more than, or they often play more than 60 cards, which is very funny to me. I guess I'll just update you off this game ends up having any interesting thing happen to it. They do find their land. It's a lair of the Hydra. We play a Soultrader. My opponent concedes the match over there. Then they Sylvan Scrying. They do get an Urborg. 2 cards left in their hand over there. And they suspend a Profane Tutor. I draw a Marionette Apprentice. Make a servo. And I guess we just main phase Surveil. Could maybe hit the Gravecrawler. Let's go, baby. Oh, man. Fun. Running hot in the challenge, I guess. So we're up a game against Umori Coffers in round 1 of the challenge. Crazy. So I guess I didn't talk about this too much. I kind of constructed the sideboard to give us the option to side out of the combo if we want to. Like against, so you want to cut the Gravecrawlers and the Soultraders and leave in the Apprentices. And then against like Jeskai, you want to bring in the Trespassers, the Pushes, and the Vexing Baubles. And against Boros, you're going to bring in the Trespassers, the Pushes, and the Culling Rituals. And then that's the same separate plan also against Prowess. And I think you leave in the combo against Domain Zoo. So that was something I was kind of interested in exploring. I don't think I talked much about that. I think I'm going to leave in the combo in this matchup. I think let's go ahead and cut the Flare of Malices, since we know our opponent has no creatures in their deck. Now they do seem like they have a lot of tutoring. They have Sylvan Scrying, they probably have fetch lands, and they also have Profane Tutor. So it seems like Ashiok might be better. Ashiok can also self-mill, which is a little bit relevant. Maybe we'll play like 2 Ashioks and 1 Vexing Bauble. Seems like seems good to me. Trespasser is also probably okay. Probably have a lot of sweepers. We saw the 5-mana tutor. Oh, that's right. I think I'm just gonna play all 3 Ashiok. Seems insane against them. How does Umori Coffers win? It doesn't usually, but usually like a big X spell if they can't get that far. I've got a kind of a weird hand, but I think in this weird matchup I'm gonna keep. Maybe y'all get to see it. Yeah, I don't want to mulligan aggressively against a deck with a bunch of discard spells. Overlord seems great against them. Having Thoughtseize seems really nice. I just have both of my tap lands in my opening hand. With the 66 months, thank you, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. They did take my Thoughtseize. Makes me sad to graveyard that. It seems so good against them, but I need lands. Urborg might help me with the Witch's Cottage if I draw like a Phyrexian Tower next turn. They've got to stop at my draw step, but their deck is Umori Sorceries, so I'm not too worried about them having something. Andrew the 49, thank you. Welcome back too. Keeps a card on top. Sylvan Scrying. Gonna get a Cabal Coffers. Yep. I grab a Phyrexian Tower / Swamp here. I'm gonna play this Ashiok, even though it's the turn after they Scrying, I think. I want to get it down. I'm going to mill myself digging for Gravecrawler also. Also something my hand wants to do, I guess. They have another Coffers. Let's see this deck in action. Dreams of Steel and Oil. So they're probably going to take my Apprentice Marionette because I've got 3 Warren Soultraders. They've got 5 mana floating after this. Do you think Disciple Freylius with Badgermilk Cup and Nantuko could be a good pick? Is it 2 mana draw 3? I guess it's just not that exciting, but because also like it lands, they just come at a big cost. Like playing a Disciple Freylius over a fetch or a fetchable, but you could. I'm just like a little bit worried. Like I'm a little bit worried that it ends up being like you have like nothing good to sack a lot of the time. But maybe if you're playing like Earthbender's Ascension, it gets better because you have more Earthbending lands to sack. Maybe we're just like always or almost always just happy sacking your Earthbend. No, yeah, No, you earthbend the disciple first, so you would need another earthbend. Yeah, I know if your earthbend disciple comes back face up, that's the idea. I guess they might take the Overlord. They do take the disciple. Then they go blank to make me discard 2 cards. I guess I'll discard 2 of my Soul Traders. Go blank in Modern. 2 cards left. 2 mana floating. 3 cards in their hand. And they pass. So I'm gonna mill myself. I think I'm just gonna cast the Soul Trader because if it dies, then I probably want to Overlord it back. Also, might want to hardcast Overlord this game. So they got 8 mana, 3 cards in their hand. Shadow's Verdict to exile all creatures and planeswalkers mana value 3 or less, and then they put Umori in their hand. Crazy stuff. This draw step stop that they have in their Umori sorcery deck is kind of hilarious to me. Running into Shadow's Verdict with your round 1 with Soul Trader is kind of funny too. We have the Airship. Yeah, they're on like 65, 67. Yeah, this is the 32 challenge. Yeah, I guess they have Beseiju. It's not that they can't have anything, it's just funny. So there's Umori, 3 mystery cards. They make it a lot of mana. They're surveilling before they do anything else. They could maybe be trying to surveil. No way! They resentful revelation into the yard for the flashback. This card is a pretty nice upgrade for their deck, I guess. Yeah, imagine getting Maelstrom Pulsed. Although they just play Umori first, and then they Dark Petition. Ashiok confirmed good against them. Then they Dreams of Steel and Oil to get rid of the Overlord that's in my hand. I now have nothing. I wonder if that's what they Dark Petition for. I've just drawn an Overgrown Tomb and I pass. Crazy game. There's a Lair of the Hydra. I guess that's maybe their other big win con, huh? It was when we played the deck. But about using Riddler as enabler for Ulamog the Defiler. I guess not. It's a little bit interesting. Usually Ulamog's not that tough to enable, I guess. Alright, let's see what they Dark Petition for. Torment of Hailfire. 9 times. Alright, that'll do it. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Trespasser is good against all their sweepers. Let's run it back here. On the play for game 3. Keeping my 7 on the play. Leading on the Shambling Ghast. Oh no, they were yielded till end of turn. Awkward. So did they do? They tapped the swamp. They played swamp, and then they did nothing. Just confirming in the game log, they did nothing. Bit weird. Bit of a weird turn. Vec with the Twitch Prime. Thank you. Welcome back. Just cheesing them with the Ashiok, I guess. Ashioks and Gravecrawlers. Decking for. Why did you use this over the other mono black one? I was just worried about all the Teferis I was expecting to run into in the challenge. Seemed like something to be concerned about. So we got him on a 2-turn clock. The Ashiok still, locking him down. We maybe get a Surveil to dig for something next turn. They make me sack a creature and exile my graveyard. So we'll sack the Orc Army. We do still have him on a 2-turn clock. Value. All right, I think I'm probably not going to minus the Ashiok, looking for my 4th Gravecrawler. Maybe it's even better to hold the Gravecrawler to play around a sweeper this turn. Didn't they manipulate the top of their deck? That's not how this card dumps the other cards in the graveyard. Yeah, one in your hand, the rest in the graveyard. Okay, well, we defeat Umori Coffers in round 1 of this tiny 32-player challenge. We have won our last 11 matches with Airship in our deck, though. 6-0 with the Soultrader build. My opening hand is close. I think it's gonna be a marginal mulligan. It's really close. Yeah, I just really hate having this Cottage M2 flares with nothing really good to sack to it. Gonna mulligan. Okay, gonna keep the 6. Well, that pro with the 1 year happy anniversary. Thought on Boom Bust with some MDFC creatures. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's not any creatures that are too crazy to cheat into play, but you probably would use something besides Boom Bust, like Sylvan Safekeeper. Oh, this is I didn't know. Was this the same opponent we just played against, actually? No. Steel Cutter Affinity somehow with like Tamiyo's. I don't know how this is popping up. Like, this deck felt so outdated. Like, before I left for Japan. I don't know. Interesting to see it. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna flare. Since they have nothing, I just need to get the Tamiyo off the field here. I'm not in Japan now. I went there for a honeymoon for 3 weeks. And I'm back now. Graveyard Scalding Tarn. Also, they didn't sack their clue token end of turn. They topped at Quantum Riddler. And now their clue token is better for them. Damn. Oh, they can't. They don't have a legend for the Amber, actually. Never mind. Okay, that would have been crazy. All right, I'm down to 10. No! Oh my! Just game losing. They drew another rebuke. I even have the one of Sephiroth in my hand to win if my life total goes too low. Game losing rebuke top deck. So you can equip the Steel Cutter. Oh, they're gonna cast a Riddler instead. I do like to see Riddler in Affinity. It feels like we played a little bit of it. Feels like we could have found a better build and we just moved on. Alright, Culling Ritual's in, Vexing Bauble's in. Although Bauble's a bit weird if we're gonna keep in the flares. Pushes are interesting too. We could try cutting the combo. The combo's not bad against them. It is kind of bad if they just have like Pithing Needle in their deck. It's a bit awkward to go in on. Like, we want to cut the clings. Kind of interesting cutting the Thoughtseizes. They get kind of dead pretty quick. They're not good against a lot of the Urza Saga style hands too. Bowmaster really good. Could be good down like 2 Overlords. Maybe like 1 Overlord, 1 Ghast. Is Riddler the new Treasure Cruise? It's kind of like the new Uro or One Ring, which like the ring was the new Uro and Uro was the new Treasure Cruise. But so kind of. Okay, got a mulligan my 7. Too high on the curve. Keep the 6. You don't want a Graveyard Hate to fight Emery? No, I want my Fatal Pushes and Flares to fight Emery. And Bowmaster. Graveyard Hate is not good against Emery, really. Does Engineer not have enough play or play enough meta to get some sideboard slots or not really? I haven't cast Plague Engineer in years, probably. It's like, they stopped supporting Kindred decks and you stopped wanting to play Plague Engineer. It's kind of interesting against Affinity. There's usually better options. Well, Vexing Bauble seems to be getting him here. Have it in Holy Heat or something? Yep. What do you think about to decide? Okay, what do you think about to decide if Thoughtseize is good against any random opponent? The heuristic I use, I'm curious if anything specific. I mean, usually it's not all that complicated. Thoughtseize is good, like if they are a linear deck and that's not aggro, and if they aren't a linear deck that's not aggro, it's usually not very good against them. Not all that complicated, I guess. Weirdly close to winning the game this turn. Typal, not Kindred. Who cares? Thank you, though. Maybe a little Steel Cutter, the Mill of Bauble. This was a very good Vexing Bauble. So I'll take 3. Gonna cast a Warren Soultrader. Go to game 3. How do we feel about our sideboard plan? I think I like not being on Thoughtseize. We have Culling Ritual for Steel Cutter, which is kind of like the main thing you want to Thoughtseize. Maybe also Riddler. But we've got Bowmaster. I would be a little surprised if they were playing. I'd be a little surprised if they were playing Kappa Cannoneer, but we have some flares just in case they are. I think on the draw, I might go down a Gravecrawler, up a Shambling Ghast. You have more time to find the Gravecrawler on the draw, and then maybe I need to like Phyrexian Tower out of 4-drop on the draw. Got a very close hand. I think I have to mulligan because of weird mana issues. Like if this was like Swamp, I'd probably keep, but double tower and the one of Cottage, I think just is a mulligan. Keep on 6. Any room for Carrion Feeder? I don't think Carrion Feeder is very good. I think there's several cards I'd probably play over Carrion Feeder. Second Saga. Second Steel Cutter. Second Steel Cutter. Two cards in their hand after this. Big attack. For 7 down to 8. All right, I know some people are going to be fans of this turn. I do lose my precious Vexing Bauble, though. Play Malevolent Rumble, Spike, please! Come on, Spike, Malevolent Rumble is better than Overlord. Yeah, 3 cards in their hand still. 2 Urza Sagas. It's not out of this yet. Y'all know about the Soul Trader in my hand I just picked up off the Overlord. Yeah, imagine if Culling Ritual killed Saga, like Wrath the Skies, you know? Yeah, imagine it was just we just cast a Wrath the Skies there. uh, yeah, they get a Bauble, which is good news since it seems like they're just trying to rebuild. They can also make a Saga token this turn if they want, which would help with this rebuild plan. Interesting that they cracked the Bauble token main phase targeting. They target me, or they did target me. Then they made a Saga token. So they draw a card. They got 4 cards in their hand now. I'm going to be attacking with both of my creatures here. Just find a Gravecrawler. I guess it's a little bit better in the hand than it would be in the yard. Best back. I think the second Vexing Bauble is good. Yeah, this is not a place to sell cards. Nice. Sorry about that. Okay, 2-0 in the challenge. Pretty cool. We have won. We are undefeated still with Airship Soultrader. 7-0 with this. Also trophy with Besiege Airship. Although we have not. I think we cast 1 Airship. We've just been winning a lot with Soultrader. We've just been winning a lot with Soultrader. Very close hand. I guess we'll keep. Thoughts on Tiger Seal for VV? I think Tiger Seal's not quite playable. Just a lot of better options. We might be playing the Mirror here. What was round 2? Round 2 was Wizard Affinity with Quantum Riddler. Magic players, I hate playing against the same stuff all the time. Also, Magic players, why do fools play new cards, strike stuff, new stuff? Yeah. Yeah, I think the Allies is a deck that's kind of interesting for Modern. It's going to take us some time to play it, but I'd like to get around to it. They end up taking the Apprentice Marionette after some deliberation. We're going to Surveil. I guess I'm graveyarding that. Need a little bit more action overall. Nice. Mill a Gravecrawler would be nice. Wow, we got 2 Gravecrawlers. I do think we might be playing the Mirror. Like, what else is Swamp Thoughtseize right now? And if this is the Mirror and they're 2-0, okay, I guess they're reanimated. Never mind. Never mind. So they can get rid of one of my Gravecrawlers here. Do I like the bending effects thematically? Yeah. Okay, now we get kind of punished for milling 2 Gravecrawlers. Didn't have a way to recur it this turn. We changed the sideboard from the 5-0. I think we just kept the main deck the same. Down to 16. Interesting. What target my Overlord? They should have targeted the plains if they had nothing. Like they have nothing that would have like at least represented that they had Ephemerate in their hand. Do you prefer this Warren Soultrader over the Pete Veneers version? I don't know what that is. I guess I don't really look at a lot of other people's decks to be honest. I just kind of build my own decks over here. But I would take a look if you wanted to link it, I guess. Hope we get to see Phoenix Fleet beat into Ephemerate tracks, so that would be pretty dope. We have not been drawing the Airship a lot. So they impending an Overlord here. Might be going for Emperor on, I guess, now Felia or Flick-O-Wisp. Okay, they don't leave up the black mana for the Emperor. Instead, they play Quantum Riddler when I have Bowmaster in play and they can't Ephemerate. So that's nice, I guess. Just target them. I mean, they know I have the Flare of Malice. I guess you got the nickel and dime game plan in this deck too, huh? Okay, we are up a game against Esper Flicker. Sorry, I still got like this tiny annoying cough. It's getting a little bit better each day. Probably be better by Monday since I'll have Saturday, Sunday off. All right, Spring and Push is Baubles. This is the kind of matchup where I would like to cut the combo. But, you know, I came kind of more prepared for Jeskai Blink than Esper Blink, where I could play the Graveyard Trespassers. But maybe that was a mistake. I also... What card did I accidentally... I guess I didn't accidentally click anything in. But usually this would be kind of what the anti... Or like board out the combo against the Flicker deck looks like. Maybe this is okay. Maybe the Trespassers are okay. Could just play like one Warren Soultrader still. Probably not great. All right, I believe in Airship. Let's stick to this plan, I think. I think it's just not really very good to be on the combo against them. Okay, my opponent's on the mull to 6. I'm going to keep my 7 on the draw. They're still thinking about their 6. All right, here's my hand. Don't mind getting Thoughtseize with this kind of hand when we're on the draw and they mulliganed. So this could have been a Soultrader. I think I like it being a Trespasser more right now. Could change. Sephiroth seems worth running more of. No, maybe I would be interested in maybe playing more. It's kind of weird on the curve. I would love to know what you would cut if you wanted to add one other copy. No, sorry. Didn't mean to main phase. And I didn't main phase. Yeah, 3 cards in their hand. Yeah, wisely goes after the Graveyard Trespasser. I'll play out the Bowmaster. I've not done a great job of drawing airships yet. Let's see if we top deck one. No. Okay, your turn. 4 cards in their hand. So they are maybe going to try to Emperor of Bones, my orc. Orcish Bowmaster. I'm loving the positivity since I came back. I guess maybe I was more negative before I left than I thought. Seems like I get a lot of comments like this. Just things are better, you know, like the Omen Pass was just a rough set. Things are better. And a vacation helps too. No, you need to have all 4 ships. It's like every turn of every game, it feels like I'm dying to top deck 1, and I just top decked 1, and it's the best possible draw by a lot. It's like, oh, I won the game almost. This is how this feels. Maybe it's not exactly right. I'm just like so desperate to draw them. Saying if another Omen Pass happens, I'll happily tune in for Dark Soul Hate 2. Yeah, we'll see. I'll probably just play Standard for a bit. We're getting 2 small sets next year. I mean, small sets are okay, especially with how many sets there are. It's just like Omen Pass was like not even a neutral set. Like it was like we've had sets that are just mostly standard sets before, but there was just so, like the whole set was just boring, and it was like weird Universe Beyond stuff, and it was like the weird Omen Pass stuff. Just everything about it was bad. It's gonna bounce the token, I guess. Can't like crew and sack the tower. Don't have the tower up, of course. If they attack, that means they have Solitude in their hand. Oh no, they also have Thoughtseize for my Overlord. That's really bad. So do I play around Solitude, white card being their last 2 cards? Oh, well, I drew another Overlord. Oh, maybe I should have crewed first. I guess it doesn't matter. I have plenty to crew with. I think I'm still ahead, even if their last 2 cards are Solitude white cards, so we'll try to get in for 4 here. Maybe I kill Teferi to play around like Instant Speed Wrath, but that's not really much better than Sorcery Speed Wrath here. Like, this is a 4-drop that my opponent minus the Teferi on still just won the game. So we are 3-0 in the challenge. That is really exciting. So we're up against Selfie, who's probably playing Dredge, right? Oh, sorry, this is Selfie. I was thinking of Sodak. Okay, definitely keeping this against Selfie, who usually plays the mono black Urza Saga deck. I guess we'll see. I've not played against Selfie in a long time. Used to be at the trophy leader, battle against them all the time. Not sure what's going on these days. Almost never plays anything besides this deck. Only 2 Bowmaster right now is wild. Bowmaster's so good. Maybe know something I don't know. I cast a Gravecrawler, which is kind of good against the mono black decks. Airship is going to be like so unbeatable, though. Oh, I didn't put the hand hider up. I guess it. I guess it doesn't matter now. But I do have an airship. Takes the Overlord. Get Thoughtseize bugged, nerd. Draw a Gravecrawler. Obviously not a great card to draw here, but just getting Overlord down on turn 2 against this deck is really nice. It's just hard for them to deal with. Oh, I guess let me adjust the hand hider again. So I'm going to K-command my Gravecrawler. And Scry Draw. Not my hand. Nobody look. Nobody look. Like goldfishing decks during this year. It's fun. Desert in your cub build is blessed. I know, it's so cool. I don't know if it's how many is optimal. It seems like the first copy is optimal, so you can dig for it with Ice Till when you're looping. Tough to figure out. Okay, I'm gonna not respond because I do not want Selfie to take the flagship or the airship. They take the flare so that they can Thought Not Seer. Okay. Gotta run out the Bowmaster, I guess. Come on, Thoughtseize bug on the airship. Your turn. I'm gonna go and sack Gravecrawler for a treasure, so if I draw Overlord, I can hardcast. 3 cards in their hand. That triggers Bowmaster. I'm taking 5 down to 12. Not going to chump this turn, I guess. Yeah, I can just target both here this time. Could you have cast the Gravecrawler using the entire mana, the one cast to get the second one back? You can do that, yeah. Alright, opponents have 14, 3 cards in hand. Got Overlord coming down. One of their cards is an Urza Saga. Probably gonna get a copy of the rack. Right, not particularly helpful. Yeah, once you get Hellbent against this deck, you know, they can't do all that much. Or sorry, I should say, a lot of their cards get bricked. We said if we never get to resolve an airship this match. Like, these games go so long, airship gives you so much inevitability. Opponent's thinking about attacking, which I don't understand. Unless, I guess, if they have a Fatal Push, it's an easy attack, and if they don't, it's like they should never attack here. Okay, second main phase. 1 card in their hand. Maybe it's a removal spell for Overlord, which would be not ideal. Overlord online. Saga goes to chapter 2. Plays a swamp. I'm probably going to Surveil. Maybe I could upkeep Surveil. They're kind of acting like they got a removal spell for Overlord. So if I draw a swamp, I could Witch's Cottage this back. Yeah, actually being able to Witch's Cottage the Overlord back, I think it's probably just better than being able to Surveil this turn. Let's go to combat. Grab the Soultrader. They do take the trade. So what are they thinking about? They're still acting like they got Fatal Push, I guess. Need to fetch a basic swamp now. As I'm going to go Soultrader. Cast a Gravecrawler. Then I'm going to Flare of Malice, sacking the Gravecrawler. And just pass back. Think. I guess we could also have. I probably should just play the Gravecrawler off the treasure token because of Nile Spellbomb. It's probably a mistake. Should be a fun matchup. Mono black versus mono black, 3-0 in the challenge. Pretty cool. This has been a really good week for gameplay, and I think it's good to appreciate that. Main deck Needle, turning off the Soultrader combo. That's why we got the plan Bs. And we got a 3-mana 3/3 zombie for Gravecrawlers. That's not nothing. So they Thoughtseize me. My hand is Cling to Dust Bowmaster. Probably going to take the Bowmaster, but it's not really that good on this board, and the Cling to Dust just isn't good to take at all. Given that you know Selfie in hand, I mean, I don't know Selfie. I know Selfie is someone who plays Magic online. I don't think Selfie is really in a category that's different than someone who plays Magic online to me, I guess. I don't think Selfie is very likely to be ghosting. What happened? They discarded the Cling to Dust, and they didn't equip the Shadow Spear. I mean, it seems kind of like a free block. I don't... Why did they not equip the Shadow Spear if they're going to make this attack? A big Nethergoyf. I guess that's why. I drew an airship. Let's go. Although the Goyf is definitely kind of scary. Do I trade Airship for Goyf? I don't know. I guess I could maybe block Soultrader and Airship on the Goyf here. Let's see if they attack with the Construct. You like triple block? Play around top deck removal? They're not representing K commands. I kind of feel like that's a tell they have nothing, that they tap the temples. I'm also not completely dead if they have removal just because I have the airship still. Yeah, this is 9 damage. 8 yeah, okay. Should work if they don't have the top deck removal. Shouldn't be a difference between token versus non-token. They can just escape the Goyf. I guess I didn't think too much about that. Goyf looking strong. I might be able to shrink it with my Cling to Dust. 7, 8. Yeah, I can get it down to 5, 7. I can also Witch's Cottage something here. Oh no, I can't. The Cottage has been milled. Could have maybe main phase because of Bowmaster, but holding because of discard spells also seems kind of nice. Well, I guess they're going to get whatever I target second main phase. Might just want to target Thoughtseer. It's better against Bowmaster and discard spells and is a bigger life swing overall. And I don't care as much about drawing the card. I think it's okay. Makes it a lot easier to tank this hit. Go to 6 instead of 4. Yeah, drawing Flare would be really nuts, of course. Hard to play to that. So now we probably main phase so that we can try to draw a card to play on our turn. Why not double block? Wouldn't I lose both airships? I feel like this is just better, so I guarantee. Also getting 4 airships this turn is so big. Now I can start blocking. I drew Bowmaster. Isn't it 2 4/4s for 7 8? Yeah, but they could have a removal spell. Maybe double block was fine. I didn't play around removal spell last turn. This turn I could triple block though. But it's also down to 15 minutes already. Could have some trouble later this event. Pithy Needle's on Warren Soultrader, thankfully. No attacks, which means we're going to win. Got a sack to turn on the airships here. Why did you go for a 2/2 army instead of sacking the army and making another? You get extra crew that way. I get an extra crew this turn, but long term I'm just left with a 1/1 orc army, right? Versus this. I also deny their orc army by sacking my orc to tower. So I get an extra crew this turn, which isn't really relevant on the board. Versus they don't get an orc and my orc is a little bit bigger, so that seemed better, right? Right. Airship, kind of unbelievable card in this matchup. Like, it just kind of feels like they have no chance if I play it on a turn where I'm not just dead. We're gonna sideboard out the combo. Although Gravecrawler is not a bad card against them. Culling Ritual does seem pretty nice. Maybe I don't want to have all three. Culling Ritual seems pretty good. Let's just keep them all in. Yes, okay, Gem Jars. I'm happy to help with the nitty gritty. It feels like sometimes people ask why I did something. I'm happy to answer. I'm happy to talk about lines. You know, I enjoy talking about lines like this. Ashiok isn't bad. I think it's bad against all their. I think it's really easy for them to attack. I don't think that's where you want to be. It's unbelievable how much we're winning with Airship, but the card has been performing even better than I thought. Matchup seems great, probably. Yeah, it's Airship kills fast. It also gives inevitability at the same time, which is what. Please, how do combos work? Well, in this one, it's pretty simple. Warren Soultrader, Gravecrawler lets you infinitely play and sacrifice Gravecrawler, which kills with Apprentice as long as you have twice the life total of your opponent, or Sephiroth all the time. And then Airship is just a good value card. There's no combo with Airship. Though we boarded out the a lot of times against the interactive decks, you just board out your Gravecrawlers and Soultraders for Fatal Pushes, Graveyard Trespassers, and either Vexing Baubles or Culling Rituals, not Ashioks. I guess in theory Ashioks too. Can it work on standard? I don't know. Like Airship's way better than modern because of Phyrexian Tower, fetch lands, Mistress Bauble, that kind of stuff. It's much better. But I'm sure you can. I'm sure you could probably play it. Is there a Greasefang deck here? Maybe. I mean, Greasefang is a card that's good with vehicles. Airship is a really good vehicle, so there's. I'll put it on my list. I'll put it on my list. Greasefang Airship. I think it could be. It could be actually. It sounds like it could has like a lot of potential. The more I'm thinking about it. It is like -1 turn on your Airship like inevitability because you have one to turn after you play it instead of two, but you also can maybe get it down a turn sooner. Okay, we're on the draw. I'm gonna keep my 7. The thing about Raven Eagles of Trespasser. I was thinking about it, but for the most part, I just think Trespasser is better against Boros, and that's like the main spot I want it. Better against the Flage decks. That's my thinking. Maybe Eagle ends up performing better than you would think, but this card just stabilizes so well that that's why I want it. And against Boros specifically, maybe Eagle's better against Jeskai. But it's just a bit early to say. Airship with Oni Cult Anvil. I haven't thought a lot about Oni Cult Anvil in quite some time. All right, I just drew a land. Let's optic an Airship. They have another Nethergoyf. Three cards in their hand over there. Did not top deck the Airship. Yeah, you could be green, black, white, Greasefang with with the energy stuff, but also Ocelot Pride to copy your Airship tokens. When you saw your review for Avatar, you mentioned Airship. My mind went straight to Time Sieve. I guess the problem with Time Sieve Airship is Airship wins by itself. You don't really need Time Sieve. All right, so now Goyf is a 2/3. A Bowmaster? Come on, Airship. I'm gonna agree because the construct's gonna be a 2/2. If it had been a 1/1, I probably would have kept the Bowmaster. They do needle the Airship, but the Airship can turn on by itself, but no longer can play attacks and blocks in the meantime. Cannot needle Treasure Token, and even if you could, it's a mana ability. They get a Nile Spellbomb. Crack it in for 5. Got a pretty good card we could draw. Yeah, that was just bait. Okay, I'm gonna cast an Airship. Needled, though. My Kingdom for a Culling Ritual. I drew a Graveyard Trespasser. We're dead to the Construct's going to go to game 3. Happy with the decision to board in the Culling Rituals. Did not draw one. Let's go. I think I'm going to choose to be on the play. They are playing a lot of discard effects. Overlord, impending turn 2 is a good reason to be on the play. Mulliganing on the play is like a death sentence against them. I'm going to choose to be on the draw. Do you consider picking the construct, crewing, and trading? There's a Pithing Needle on the airships. Yeah, Ashiok is like really bad against a deck with a bunch of little creatures to attack it. Is it really the plan to be on the draw to have one more card? Their deck's playing like 10 discard spells if you count the Thought Seers. It's more so like if I keep a 7 on the play, maybe I'd like slightly rather be on the play. But mulliganing on the draw is like you it's almost like you lose like 20 percentage points, 10 percentage points. It's so much. Like here my opponent's Thoughtseized me. Like imagine I'm on the play, my Airship just gets Thoughtseized. I'm like right now I'm happy I chose to be on the draw. It's a very weird matchup dynamic. They took the Shambling Ghast. They have 2 Emperor Bones and 2 more Thoughtseizes. So I'm happy I chose the draw. I think I'll take a second Emperor. You know, I don't know. It's a bold choice. It's one you're gonna get yelled at when you make on stream. I think it was barely right, like a few percentage points right to be on the draw here. I think like it's clearly paid off already. I drew the Thoughtseize. So their hand is Emperor of Bones mystery card. No, it does not make sense. Being on the draw, I feel like wasn't it clearly better this game? Wasn't it clearly better to be on the draw this game? What do you mean? for the exact reason I said it would be better. Selfie won't spy. Can you see how to hand hider? I mean, do you know Selfie, or is he just like a username you see on the leaderboards? You know, I don't know Selfie. Keep that. I said it does make sense. Oh, I misread. I misread. Lumic is friends. I mean, I don't know Lumic either. Let me keep the hand hider up. Thank you. I don't think Selfie is ghosting, but I'm just gonna keep the hand hider up. So I got 2 cards in hand. A lot of bricks in the deck with all the discard spells. Although I guess there's 3 Thoughtseizes. That's less true. Adapts the Emperor Bones for a Marionette Apprentice. Get a 1/1 attack for 4. Exile my Shambling Ghast probably. Free block. I think it's better to go after the Thoughtseizes since they're gonna have another land in the yard. Super minor. As far as the hand hider in this matchup goes, like with all the discard spells, like there's always like one mystery card. You'll see it pretty fast, anyways. It's just better for it to be hidden for a second. Oops, I sacked my Trespasser. Let's get it back then. Your turn. Kind of opening myself up to another discard spell. Hardcast Overlord's so hard to deal with because it doesn't have to push too. Doesn't have to some stuff, of course. Second Emperor of Bones. Oh, I milled another Overlord, I just noticed. That's kind of awkward. Not the end of the world. Would have been better to eat the Vista and a Thoughtseize to make the Nethergoyf one smaller. Well, the thing is, then there's still a land and a sorcery no matter what. But I think there's just less sorceries, so it's better to go after the sorceries. Returns no cards, returns no cards. Okay, so take 5. Oh, we win. Probably. Culling Ritual. Into Trespasser. Exile both Emperors. Yeah, I really like my sideboard plan to cut all the Soultraders and all the Gravecrawlers. That's why I was kind of late starting the stream this morning. I was trying to figure out the sideboard plans. So we are 4-0 in our challenge. We have not lost a single match with this deck. We're 9-0 with this deck. And we are locked for top 8, although we still have one more round of Swiss. Go over here. Maybe I played non-hand hidden as a treat. I mulliganed my 7. It was like 5 lands, 2 airships. And I do like airship, but it's not that good. I think we're going to go to 5 even. Yeah, again, challenge started. This match matters about 0. If you can riddle into riddle, you can just block. Yeah, that's really how you beat them, is you like on turn 3 Birthing Ritual into a Riddler or an Oculus. And they don't have Bombardment in play. Over here, I'm surveilling to see if I find Dart. If I find Bolt, it's probably lethal next turn. Well, not a bad matchup to mold a 5 in, although my opponent's on a mold a 4, funny enough. I'm near sure they fixed the seeding play draw Moto. That would be awesome. I mean, it would have happened while I was on my honeymoon, I guess. I would not complain. So there is going to be a Titan player in the top 8. We'll also know who they are, though it's not the most relevant because I guess it's relevant because we just try to mulligan to the combo game 1. Has anybody else heard that you can choose to be on the play? Graveyards and Odawara. I think it's true. That's huge. I can't believe I didn't hear about it. It's based on seeding? Okay, well, and hide her back up, I guess. Not that I think my opponent's ghosting, but might as well if the match matters. Oh, sorry, I meant to play Sephiroth, although it's not going to be. I guess it's a little bit different because I get to see one less card. Did they break it? It was implemented some long time ago. No, there's no way. Like it just has not been a thing in Modern for a long time. Looks like I'm just getting scape shifted. Gotta make sure they know what the loop is. They're 4-0. They probably know what the loop is. I don't know that. Never mind. It's like 6 months ago at least. Really? Have I not top baited in 6 months? I feel like I have. All right, let's go to game 2. It's kind of sounding more familiar. Okay, I'm bringing in the Ashioks. What did I cut last time? I think I cut 2 Clings and 1 Overlord. Oh, that's right. I've top baited, but I haven't top baited as high seed. I think that sounds right. Maybe I should. Vexing Bauble for Pact isn't like really the worst. It makes like their escape shifts a lot worse, but. Oh no, I cut the Airship. Airship's just like not a plan against Titan as much as I love Airship. So maybe I do this. Although also Fatal Pushes are good against all these random crappers they board in. I do have the flares though. You were surprised last time beta we had the same conversation. Okay. Let's do 1 push, 3 flare, 3 overlord. I wonder if Watsy knows Scape Shift 4 land tournament because yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I say this a lot, but I'm not sure that Wizards of the Coast, like the BNR team, knows that Titan Scape Shift or Spelunking Scape Shift 4 lands is a kill. Top 8 was Soultrader, but you never thought that would happen. I mean, not never, but not in a long time. It does seem like Titan's gonna have a very good weekend at the RCs. Seems like it's gonna have a very good weekend, unless somehow Simic Ritual is like really represented. I'm gonna mulligan this. We got double Vexing Bauble. Got some mana with Tower, Shambling Ghast. We just don't have Ashiok or a fast combo. And I think against Titan we just can't keep a hand that's not an Ashiok or the combo. Nah, bring a Merfolk. Hell yeah. Kling also relevant versus Lotus Field. It's very tough for Kling to actually break up the combo. It can happen. It's very tough. Well, let's see if we die on turn 2. Probably, you just almost always die to 2 amulets, it feels. I do have the Soultrader in my hand, but I don't have the 3rd land. C in 4 present with 34 months. Thank you, welcome back. So we'll probably be second going, and we'll see. They might not kill me, and I might draw land. While doing Titan things, could still smile watch? Sure. I got it in Japan on the honeymoon. I got it specifically because, well, I wanted to get one that was like exclusive to Japan on the trip, but I also got it to kind of match the color of the wedding ring. It's a presage, or I think that's how you say it. But I got a pretty good deal on it. It costs like about twice, a little, not quite that much, maybe like 30% more here than it does over there. So I got a good deal. It's a Seiko. Was watching today's videos as if Judy had a combo. Makes infinite foods and infinite clues and infinite deaths with Shatterfang and Academy Manufacturer. Okay, I appreciate to know that there's a combo. It seems not where we want to be. So Scape Shift with only 1 land to get Lotus Field to cast Titan. Did you go to Seiko Dream Square? No, it was a smaller store than that. I went to like this, I had a friend who was also in Japan at the same time and found this antique place, and I went there and I was thinking about getting an antique, and I decided I wanted a newer one. Double amulet, 1 Titan is usually deterministic, right? I don't think, maybe if they have like the other Lotus Field in their hand, probably not. Also, one thing about shopping in Japan versus the States, this was one of my favorite things about the trip, was that everywhere we went, like quality was always like directly correlated with price. The hotels, the restaurants, the travel, the shopping, like no matter what, you just knew if you spent more money, you were getting a better deal. And like in America, it's almost the opposite, or like half the time if you're spending more money, you're just getting scammed, or half the time if you spend more money, your money could have been better spent elsewhere, or like you need to figure out a better deal. It's like, oh, this game's I hate playing. Well, we're not dead yet. Okay, the Green Sun 4 Grazer. Okay, they did have the second Lotus Field in the hand. That seemed like maybe what the hang up was about. Then they transmuted T-West. Can I pick your brain for my 7-point Highlander deck? No, I love you. I love the Highlander gamers. You guys are so cute. It's just always like, my Highlander is the best format, Canadian Highlander, whatever type of Highlander. Y'all are so enthusiastic about it. I hope one day Highlander becomes popular enough that I'll stream it full time. It'll be amazing. It'll be so good. But until then, I can't care quite yet. I can't quite care. But all of the Highlander dual commander people, you all are all having so much fun. I know. Y'all love your format. My wife and I are both doing 2 weeks in Japan in June. Need to spend more time next week doing planning. Yeah, I spent like a whole day. It was like one of the Magical Light maintenance. I spent the whole day making a PowerPoint of of the plan for Japan for Esther to present, and it was pretty good. And then I had Esther handle all the food plans. Yeah, I do love hearing the Highlander pitches. Please don't stop telling me about how much you love your Highlander and your dual commander format. I really like seeing it. I don't want to see any decks. I don't want to learn about the format, but I do want to hear about your enthusiasm. Okay, so they get a Primeval Titan. I mean, I'm not gonna the T West being in the yard maybe makes things a little weird, but they should just be able to get echoing deeps and Mirror Pool for Infinite Titans, right? I don't really know what I'm missing. And I guess the problem maybe is they can't make enough red mana to haste the Titans because both Lotus Fields are in the yard. Is that the problem? Any favorite vegetarian restaurants in Tokyo? I would say I wouldn't worry too much about it. So one thing is, and this is like what a lot of people online said, and what a lot of friends who've gone said, like recommending restaurants in Tokyo isn't really a thing unless you're going for like really high end dining. Then you can get some recommendations. But there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of restaurants. It is there are restaurant like there's on any corner there's like 8 restaurant options. So you'll be able to find stuff. Breakfast and lunch was really easy to do vegetarian, and then dinner was just like a little bit of like walking around and looking at menus and stuff. And Esther really cares about feeding me, so she was also really good at finding a place that was good for both of us. As someone eager to visit Japan admires their culture, what are some key phrases and mannerisms you used or valuable things you learned respectful while there? Okay, one thing that Esther learned this in business school that came in very handy was when someone hands you anything, they'll usually hand you with something with 2 hands. And if you accept it with 2 hands, you can see their faces light up. They love it. It's very polite to hold it with 2 hands. I don't know how they messed up this bad or exactly what's going on. I didn't draw my land for my stupid Warren Soultrader though. They only had 1 Summoner's Pact, right? So I don't know. Let's play it up. So they love it when you accept something with 2 hands here. And then beyond that, if you just say arigato gozaimasu, which is thank you very much, you don't really need to know almost any other word. Konnichiwa, arigato gozaimasu. So they have Mirror Pool in their hand. I guess that was the problem, was the Mirror Pool was in the hand. And so now they can go Echoing Deeps, Infinite Titans. Unless they have Echoing Deeps. They get... Okay. Yield to all. Don't they need Analyst for Infinite Titans? I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right. Or maybe we maybe just have a whole other draw step here. Yeah, I think trying to block. Like I'm just gonna play Bowmaster, and ping them because all that matters right now for me is like life totals. So I think I want to like triple block here, which is gonna ping them 3 times, and it's gonna keep my life total higher. But also, I feel like they can also maybe just hold up Otawara. Yeah, they can just hold up Otawara. All right, I give up. See you in top 8, I guess. Oh, Titan. Not inherently problematic, they said in the they said in the VNR. I do feel like these like every turn taking this long is it might be inherently problematic. Okay, so we're 4-1, we're locked for top 8. We should be a high seed in top 8. We should also not play against the Titan player immediately, at least. We have a little bit of time until this starts. Very exciting to top 8 with our deck here. Oh no, did we get the prizes? Oh no, we got the prizes. Listen, I haven't had lunch today, so that part of me is not complaining. I guess we got second in this event. There was no top 8. I guess no top 8 actually maybe makes sense for 32 player events because it is actually clean. It is like a clean 32. for 5 rounds for the positioning. It is a really boring way to end. It is a really boring way to end. Let's open 50 treasure chests to wipe our tears. Was it even too small? Yeah, I didn't know they did this. Oh, this happened earlier. You can only open them one at a time. That sucks though. Like obviously I wanted to play the top 8. We'll open our treasure chest here. I would have hyped up that it's what's very funny is that last round I'm like, this round does not matter at all. This round does not matter at all because we are going into top 8, and I didn't think that there's choice seeding, but I forgot that is a thing. But it was actually that was actually the finals. That was actually the finals. Not that I think we played bad or we mulliganed low both games and got tightened. It says open all. Look. They say my first time on the client. I don't know if yeah, this is on my regular account. So a nice boost to the coffers. Oh, a firebending student. We're 2-0 with that one right now. Ledger Shredder. Now the second best 2-mana bird in Modern. Or maybe not. I guess it's not even show off. Maybe it's third. How many do I have left? Do you periodically purge the cards, collect just spots? I do all the time. I just immediately cash out. I need the steady flow of resources to like drop off stream too. Whoa, this isn't sick. I might keep that one. Did I get a set? I didn't see a set as part of the prizes. I think for the 32s, only first place gets a set. Yeah, dang. That thing's like 2K in paper, probably 1K then on Magic Online, right? We can start the bidding at 1,000 USD. I like this card. I like Duskmantle Seer too. Ulamog. Yeah, it came in so weird. We got second in the event, losing in the finals to Avalon Titan. That we didn't know was the finals. Judy also goes infinite with KCI and Shatterfang. Well, that finally found out a way to go infinite with KCI. Ozai, the Phoenix King. I don't really look at any of the alternate art stuff ever, so like when I open one of the treasure chests, it's really nice. I feel like a casual. Oh, June? Oh, open to Bowmaster. I can't remember what June does. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining me today. I'm gonna keep opening these chests, but it was a fun stream. Getting second's cool. This deck is really cool. We're 9-1 with it. It's been a real delight. We have even a few more airship builds to work on, which is cool. Badger Bowl seems to be really good. Like our all-in builds have been performing pretty solidly, and it seems like you can play it in Yawgmoth success too. Maybe you can also play it in something like Brood-Scale. Very excited to keep working on Badger Bowl. Very excited to keep playing Wan Shi Tong. There's also there's 10 other cards we haven't even cast yet. We're 2-0 in a league right now with Firebending Students that I don't know if I'm going to finish it on stream. I'm not going to finish it on stream right now. We got second in the Chally. It ended up not cutting the top 8. So we didn't realize we were playing the finals when we were playing the finals. We got second, which is cool. I think people will see it on Goldfish and they'll think a second place challenge finish with this it was more than just 4-1, but start off 4-0. Oh, we opened the Moon Mist Ang. We're gonna try it now. Guys, I think Moon Mist Ang is actually pretty good. I think it's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else has had this issue, but my open all button is just doesn't work. Maybe they turned off the open all button because of lag issues. What a beautiful client we play on.
So I think there was no top 8 because for a 5 round 32 player tournament it's like actually just perfect for rankings. I thought it would just cut the top 8 anyways, but 32 player cut the top 8 is a little weird anyways, but it also just like perfect standings. Was Sephiroth better than fourth Marionette? I think so, yeah. I think so. There's definitely been several moments it's been better. Either winning from spots where our life total is too low, or also part of it is you board out the combo in a lot of matchups, and it's really nice to have Sephiroth in those matchups where you board out the combo.
I would definitely keep the first Sephiroth then, but I don't know that I would play the second. It says here they all have playoffs top 8. Then it's bugged. I don't know. Like the event is over and we got prizes for it. So and I opened all the prizes. So it seems not to be the case. I'm actually gonna raid a non-Magic streamer here. This is Dr. Spectered, he's been in the chat a lot lately. But what's funny about I've been a fan of this streamer / YouTuber for a while. But this is in my opinion the best Balatro player in the world. Balatro University on YouTube. Does the most crazy Balatro challenges you'll ever see. A very, very good follow if you like Balatro or if you just like smart streamers, which you probably